Hey you guys, so welcome to my channel called RMPM, which stands for Reprogramming My Preconditioned Mind. So a few years ago, I ran into some struggles in my life, of course, like everyone else, and I started to wake up to my reality. And it seems like it could be crazy, like, oh my god, here she goes, like talking about, oh, this is the matrix and this is this and this is that. But the reality of it is that I came to realize that my views and my beliefs and the things that I felt about myself were based on the people that I've been around, the books that I've read, the classes that I've been to, you know what I mean? The TV that I've watched, the news, everything that made me who I am today, I feel as though was conditioning in a way. I felt as though I feel like I felt like I didn't have my own voice, right? I felt like I wasn't able to seek out the answers that I wanted because I didn't even know what I was really seeking out. I was kind of just taking in the information. Anytime that the news was on or the TV that I was watching, you know what I mean? Like I would take in information and not necessarily seek it out, I should say. And so I got to a point where I just realized that I wanted to know more. I wanted to know more. I wanted to learn more. I'm like, there's got to be something else out there. There's so much more to know, right? So fast forward to now, I have questions. Like I want to know more. I want to know who I really am. Why am I here? I want to know what I'm meant to do. I want to know how I'm meant to do it. I want to know when I'm meant to start. And I want to know where I'm supposed to be to make that happen. And what I also realize is that I'll never get all the answers that I want to get, right? I can ask as many questions that I want, and that doesn't mean I'm going to get the answers to all of those questions. And I don't think I'm necessarily meant to. I don't think we're meant to know everything. I don't even think it's possible to know everything. You know what you know. You know what you decide to seek out and what you believe. So I decided, okay, what is it that I do? What is it that I actually believe in? What is it that I want to know more about? And I decided I want to know more about me. I want to know more about what I can do to contribute to society. What more I can do to not feel anxiety and depression and trauma and revisiting pain. And I feel like that was a constant in my life. I feel like a lot of people that I would come across, I would tell them my story, or I would explain things about things I've gone through and my own struggles. And I struggle to find the beauty in things. I struggle to see things from a positive perspective, right? Now I'm at this place in my life where I'm questioning everything. I'm questioning everything that I know. And I realize too, right? I realize that a lot of what we know has a lot of what I know. Let me stop talking for everybody else. A lot of what I know has gotten me to this point in my life, right? So not everything is bad, but I struggled to decipher what was good and what was bad, right? So I kept going back to things, or I kept doing things that were bad that I thought were good. And like an example is comfortability. When you're comfortable and things are going fine and things are going well, for me, I feel like I'm not growing as much, but I feel comfortable. It's like, it's nice. So say, say in my past, right? Okay, I've had I feel like sometimes I was in a family that was emotionally abusive, right? So as I get older, I start connecting to people who would talk to me in that manner, but it was almost a comfort because of how sensitive I was. I realized, oh, okay, this person is going through something. It's not necessarily it doesn't really have to do with me. It has to do with them. But I kept putting myself in those positions because I thought that, I was like one of those, oh, I could save this person, or I could be this light that makes this person feel so much better about themselves, or so much better about things. And I mean, as I believe that some people have done for me as well when I've gone through tough times. But I realized that was a comfort, that was a comfort zone for me. And it didn't really help me in the end, right? It just made me feel comfortable. So then I started asking myself, like, why? Why do I feel like this? And it's because of trauma. It's because of pain. I'm starting to digress. So when I start talking, I just start rambling, and then I start losing the actual point I had. So, anyways, like we're gonna go so deep into all this stuff, but this is like the basis of what I want to I want to talk about right now. Just questioning everything that I've ever known. You know what I mean? I want to question my the generational trauma that my the people before me, my family before me has experienced, and what I'm experiencing now today. I want to question not necessarily politics, but the government. I want to question why it is that they, help some people and not help others. They do some things, they pass some laws, and they don't pass others. I want to question why, I'm happy today, but I'm not happy. I wasn't happy yesterday, but I'm happy today. Or I was sad yesterday, but I'm happy today. Or you know what I mean, vice versa. I want to question everything. I want to question, like right now I'm reading Freud's psychoanalytic theories, the id, superego, and the ego. I'm questioning those things. Why? Not because I want to prove someone wrong, but because I want to prove to myself, like, okay, this theory, because this is the thing. I understand that there's billions of us on this planet, and we all are completely different, right? We all have our own different views. We all have our own different likes and all that. It doesn't even matter. Say you have 10 people in a group. You guys all like to go dancing, right? You all like to go dancing, but one person only likes to dance when they're in skates. One person only likes to dance when they're eating a lollipop. Like, these are so random, but you get what I'm saying? Like, there's something that's different about each one of us. And I understand that just taking in information and just rolling with the punches, like, yeah, this means this, and this works for me. I mean, this is what it is, and this is what it is because this person said it. Like a doctor, you go to the doctors and you're sick, and the doctor says, here, take some Tylenol. Take some Tylenol for a week, and you just say, oh, okay, sure. And you just go home and take that Tylenol for the week. Like, I want to question that. You know what I mean? Because nowadays, we know now, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have known, there's been other ways to heal yourself. But it's become a lot more popular now. So now people are now talking about, they're using other practices to heal themselves instead of going straight to a doctor and asking them for pills or asking them for medicine. You know what I'm saying? So now it's just like, okay, that's what I want to do. I want to question why things are the way they are. And I want to question the people that I thought that I should trust up until now. You know what I'm saying? There's doctors that tell you to take birth control, and I haven't been on birth control in years. Granted, I have 2 kids now, but even beforehand, like I just recently, 2 years, 3 years ago, had my two girls, right? So before that, how was I so protected over time without taking it? First of all, safe sex. Don't go out and just sleep with anybody, and then make sure you're protected when you're having sex. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not taught these practices because it's just like, okay, we can go to the doctor and they'll just prescribe us some birth control pills that's supposed to stop it, not knowing the effects that it has on it. When I was taking birth control, you guys, I was taking the pills. I was taking. Should have got water. I was taking like right before I graduated, I started taking the depot shot, right? The depot shot would give me horrible cramps, you guys, horrible, and it made me gain weight a little bit, and it just made me feel like crap. The pills, I was laying on the floor in a fetal position because those pills were horrible. I took the pills for pain. I mean, I took the pills for to not get pregnant, obviously. But then I also took ibuprofen for, cramps or, pain and stuff like that, and abdominal pain and stuff. And those two medicines would counteract each other, and I would get so sick. It hurt. It literally hurt so bad. I nearly felt like I was dying sometimes. It was ridiculous. And then all of a sudden I stopped taking this stuff and I start feeling amazing. Amazing. So then I'm like, okay, this doesn't make sense. A doctor is supposed to help you heal, right? So why is it that I'm going to the doctor and I'm getting these things, and the doctor and I'm being prescribed these medicines, and they're not helping me? They're actually hurting me. So that was just me in high school right before graduating. You know what I mean? Like, so that I thought to myself, like, okay, I made a simple choice for myself, reprogram myself to say, okay, this isn't working. These people aren't helping me. So I took it into my own hands and I said, I'm just not going to do it. Right. And I was good not taking it for 7, 8 years, 7, 8, 9 years, no birth control whatsoever. And I didn't get pregnant because I, understood safe sex. You know what I mean? But that's just, one of the things that I'm talking about as far as reprogramming the mind, right? So fast forward to today. I am diving into spirituality, esoteric knowledge, psychedelics, astrology, tarot. There's an abundance of things, that I am reading and looking into that haven't been brought to my attention before now. And it's gotten me, the more I read, the more I realize the power is in me. The power is in me, the control, I manifest my reality, right? I manifest my reality. I can choose to, I can choose to lie dormant and allow other people to dictate the things that I do and dictate who I am, or I can take hold of my future and take hold of who I am and start kind of working for myself, like working as hard as I would for my kids or a job, as I do, working to create who I am. And I feel like the real me is me in power, not me listening to a doctor or listening to a teacher or listening to, the government or listening to the news. I'm in that space where I'm ready to, I'm open to this information. I'm open to understanding, like, yay, yes, I am in control. I am. So there's like so many things that I want to discuss, and I'm gonna come back with so many more videos to kind of just break down piece by piece by piece the stuff that I'm learning about. And I completely appreciate the comments and stuff like that of what you guys believe. What are you doing on your spiritual journeys, and what are you doing to create the new you? You know what I mean? What are you doing to reprogram what you've known up until now, right? So other things I want to talk about: the matrix, what they talk about, the matrix, our alternate realities, the system, racism, social media influence, the government. There's so many different things that are impacting our mind, our thoughts, our decisions, and we don't even realize it, right? I know I speak for a lot of people when I say that we are conditioned, we are literally being programmed to be a certain way, to do certain things, to speak a certain way. And you literally have to, it's almost, you're literally fighting for your life. You're literally fighting for your life, and not just your life. You're fighting for the people that are coming behind you. You're fighting for your children. You're fighting to kind of recreate the narrative. And especially social media. That, I feel like that for me is a number one. It is a huge influence on our, on our emotions, our feelings, our choices, huge, because we're so impacted by other people's opinions and life choices and decisions and all of that. And I know for me, I spent a lot of time on social media, and because I spent so much time on social media, I spent less time in my own reality. Spent less time creating in my own reality. You know what I mean? I spent so much time on social media watching my friends live their lives and do this and create this and that. And what did it do for me? All it did was make me feel jealous, or made me feel like I needed to compete in some way. Even though I was extremely happy, always very much happy for my family and for my friends growing and creating and doing what makes them happy. That's literally what we all want. You know what I mean? We all want each other to be happy, to be creating, to be growing. But I was so jealous because I didn't know how to do it myself. And I didn't know how to do it myself because I was a follower. And social media in a way tricks you into, like, it tricked me into believing I was a leader of some sort, right? So I'm posting things and I'm saying things, but I'm literally being influenced by other people's ideas and what they're saying and what they're doing. So when I post things or I say certain things, it's because I've seen it already, right? Now I resonated with it, of course, but I'm just rewriting and saying it in a different way or some sort. And for me, that it just after a while, it didn't sit right with me, because I realized I realized that I had a lot more to show and to give and to talk about. And I only felt good enough to talk about what other people were talking about, just because when you see it, we have the likes and the comments and the shares and stuff. And it's like, people are important, right? Those people are important if they have a lot of comments or if they have a lot of likes and stuff like that. And we don't know. I don't know. I don't know what people are doing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here in my space. I can't speak for what anybody else is doing. So why should I be so involved in what they're doing and how they're doing it when I have no idea what it took for them to get to that point, or for them to decide to do that? So I said, okay, let me start doing that for myself, such as this video. I see many people, I watch so many different videos of people who are creating content, who are talking about stuff like this. And I'm like, wow, like, this is dope. But I want to start a conversation too. You know what I mean? I want to talk about this stuff too, but I want to talk about my experiences. I want to talk about how I've been on this journey and why I've been doing what I've been doing, just as they have been. Because I believe that just because it's nice listening to other people's point of views. And this is what I'm saying, like, this is another reason of me just digressing, right? So just to wrap this up, like, it's beautiful to listen to people's views and to see what other people are doing in their lives, right? This is how you get ideas, this is how you get certain knowledge and stuff like that. But the thing about it is, with social media and the likes and the comments and stuff like that, it's conditioned us to believe that what people say and what they do is word is bond. So whatever they're saying, whatever they're doing, if they're getting a lot of attention for it, then it's important, or it must be said, or it must be done, or whatever. But I feel like the big thing for us is to learn discernment. Learn how to pull pieces of information. And if it resonates with you, it resonates with you. But you need to know why it's resonating with you. It shouldn't be resonating with you because it's just because it resonates with someone else. If they're saying or speaking about something, oh, this guy is saying the world is flat. 10 million people agree that the world is flat. So you believe the world's flat because 10 million people agree with this one person? That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Figure out why. You need to figure out why. Like, try to prove that theory yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, it's like a really, outlandish theory. Like, but you know what I mean? Like, try to prove that theory yourself. And this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to prove certain theories. I'm trying to understand some of these explanations and why this is what. Like, one thing I believe in is that depression and anxiety, all of that stuff, I believe is in our minds. I believe that we create the pain that we feel. I've spent a lot of time sad and depressed and alone and feeling like I had nobody and feeling like, my life just sucked and nothing was ever going to be good ever again. I've been in those spots multiple times, but then I realized it randomly. I got some kind of strength, or I talked to myself nicely, and by the snap of a finger, I started feeling better each of those times. And I'm like, I don't want to keep going through that cycle, right? I want to be able to just say that this is what it is and heal those parts of me so that I can be more happy than sad. And I talked about this on another page, but I talk about how the stuff that we watch on YouTube, like I see a lot of I don't want to say black and white crime. I see a lot of like black women killing videos, or black men being killed, black kids, or you know what I mean. I see a lot of content around that stuff. And for a time, like in 2020, so let's talk about 2020. 2020, many rappers passed away, right? Many rappers died, and a lot of black rappers. And that, to me, that time was really, really tough because all of these people are passing away and they were of color. And I started being triggered after that. I would start watching videos and I would be triggered by the content. And it started making me fearful. It started making me depressed. It started making me feel like no one cared about me and no one cared about my life and stuff like that. And I had to literally work my way through that and talk my way out of it, because that is what's being pushed, right? It's not being pushed about the beautiful ways that people are helping their communities, or people are growing in their families, or they're going to college, or they're, the positive things are not pushed as much as the negative things are pushed, which would program you to always think negatively, right? And then on top of what you've already gone through in your own families, if you suffered from trauma, if you suffered from abuse, if you suffered from, things like that in your past, that on top of it, that would drive anyone crazy, right? And so I started thinking like, I do not want to feel like that. I do not want to be in that headspace. And what did I do? I started to be on my phone less, or I stopped watching certain things. I stopped watching the news. I stopped watching videos or TV shows that were kind of sensationalizing the death of Black people, slave movies and stuff like that. I stopped trying to watch stuff like that. Yes, it's great to learn about your history, but it's another thing when you're watching things that are kind of supposed to be like, example, the Emmett Till movie. I seen a comment on Facebook where someone was talking about how if you're going to watch that movie, like it's literally just sensationalizing the movie. There's so much information out here about Emmett Till, the way he passed, and his death, and all of those things leading up to it. There's so much information out there, and now here's a movie. And it's like they're literally just capitalizing off of the story and sensationalizing the death of a Black child. And I do not want to be in support of that. But when I watched the trailer, before seeing that comment, I watched the trailer and I said, wow, this is going to be a good movie. But I don't want to watch a good movie about another Black person dying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to watch a movie and then see like, oh wow, this beautiful ending at the end. No, I want that in my reality. How do I create that in my reality? The beautiful ending in reality, not sensationalized on a movie. So those are just some of the things that I want to talk about, and there's just so much more. I've been getting into, like I said, astrology and checking out my sun, moon, and rising signs. Those are, some people may think it's like gibberish, but if you've read into it, if you know enough about astrology, you realize how much the moon cycles and retrogrades and stuff like that really impact who you are, especially day to day and through the changes, like in seasons and stuff like that. It really helps. And why would you not? You need to expand yourself to the unknown, expand yourself to things that you're not used to understanding and knowing, because just for me personally, I've grown so much just even over the past 6 to 8 months. I've grown so much as a person because of the things that I've been able to learn about myself. And we go through kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. Forget college, because you go to college and that's another story. You go to college and you're just, first of all, you're paying loans and loans and loans just to party and have a great time, just to experience life without being underneath, adult supervision, like woohoo. But anyways, you go through from kindergarten to college, or through kindergarten through 12th grade, and I realized that I was learning the same thing all the time. Not one class taught me about me. Not one class broke down anything that would teach me how to be me in the world. It taught me how to, be a worker in society. It taught me how to memorize work instead of understanding it for comprehension. It taught me how to teamwork and whatnot, but it never taught me how to learn to figure things out myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it taught me how to listen to authority, telling someone that I have to, I need to ask so I can go to the bathroom freely. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this channel for me is reprogramming my preconditioned mind. Everything that I've learned up until just a few months ago, I am questioning. I am not here to just sit and try to disprove everything that I find out or everything that I've already known, but I'm here to connect the dots and make sense of what is actually working for me and what isn't working for me. Yeah. So I really hope that you guys like this content, And, if you have any questions or if you have any thoughts yourself, I would love to hear them, because this is an open discussion. And I'm sure that there are some of you out there that are having these same questions and having these same talks with, people that or maybe you're just doing the research yourself. You know what I mean? And I am a Gemini, so I talk, 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 and I'm sorry if I just start to digress, because I don't know when to shut up. But thank you guys. I will be with you in the next video. So I'll leave you with a quote. I choose to focus on experiences that are life sustaining and not life draining. I manifest my reality, you manifest your reality. We are in control of our own separate individual lives. Have a great day.